I want to know what you guys think about this. I did make a video on this subject before, but due to the projection of everything, I feel like things have changed for people. Remember, I made a video a while ago about some guy who I played Dungeons and Dragons with, and he has like meltdowns every time he sees an AI picture. Like one of the other players, he showcased his new character, like, this is my new character, guys, he's a healer, and it was AI art. And I personally couldn't tell based on the picture. Nobody else could tell it was AI art besides the guy who freaks out about AI. So recently, I was talking to him about work, right? I have a partner that I've been working with lately. He wanted me to develop an AI that basically does his work for them. It has to do with like real estate, right? So basically, instead of him having to do research, the AI will do it for him and provide the information without having to go back and forth with the customer. It's a very interesting concept. I don't want to get too deep into it because it's going to get confusing. It's not really relevant to the video like that. But like after some analysis, I did find out a way how to do it, and I am being paid handsomely for it. Now, remember, this guy despises AI, the guy who I'm talking to, my friend. And I'm telling him about this, like what I'm doing for work here. And he got frustrated and said that what I'm doing is making people lazy and it's taking jobs away from people. And I get where he's coming from. I mean, think about it like this. If I made an AI that basically handled customer support, so like instead of hiring employees, I have an AI that is trained to answer commonly or frequently asked questions, this will save me from paying employees. It will also give me more time to myself instead of having to deal with customers if I'm like, if I'm a small business owner or solo entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? I think it's smart. I mean, anyone watching or listening, you know how it is dealing with customers, no? Especially customers who don't listen or read instructions, especially rude customers who talk poorly to you. Instead of dealing with them, an AI can easily communicate with them. And an AI will always take a rude customer and still provide a service. It is designed in servitude to humanity. But my friend, he hates that. He's telling me, well, now that I'm taking job opportunities away from people because I'm replacing it with an AI for this guy. And I said, yeah, I am. Like, I am. Keep it to being. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I put somebody on salary or an hourly wage out of my expenses when I could pay about $20 to $50 a month on an AI that I trained that could do exactly what an employee does, but do it better? I'm saving thousands of dollars in expenses towards my business. But again, in exchange, I'm not really helping the economy because people who need jobs can't get it anymore. What frustrates him about this subject is he feels like AI has completely destroyed the intellectual levels of individuals. It steals from people, it creates job displacement, and I don't disagree with any of those points. AI is making people stupid and lazy. It is stealing from people, artists, writers, everything. And it is automating work that loses an opportunity for someone to get employed. Because I participated in building something like this, because I'm a grown man and like to get paid for my skill set, because I have bills to pay, my friend feels like, and he says, I quote, sometimes it's like I'm talking to the enemy. He's saying that about me because I'm doing my job. I'm the enemy. Interesting. And obviously, if you do remember from last story time about this guy, I'm not exaggerating how much this guy hates AI. It's a bit of a unnecessary jab at me, though. I mean, he's taking it very personal. Like, calling me an enemy is insane. But I had a few things to say about that, which I won't repeat in this video respectfully. But I will say this. He's one of those people where if you don't perfectly align with his beliefs, he looks at you as lesser, like you're less intelligent or you're brainwashed or something like that. He's one of those guys. And he has made underhanded comments like that numerous times towards me and others just because we don't agree with certain concepts or ideologies of his. Now, I want to circle back to a point I made earlier about AI. Despite me being very conscious of the downsides of AI, my perspective is understanding things from a more business-like standpoint. I said earlier, if I'm paying $20 to $50 a month and that replaces an employee that costs hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars, business-wise, that's major savings. Businesses care about margins. If you're too emotional or financially illiterate, you probably don't understand that and probably will never get that. To survive as a business owner, you need to make savings, budget, and focus on your expenses. And I mentioned about customer support, which many of you watching or listening have worked in before, right? You know AI doesn't get tired, doesn't get distracted, doesn't get rude. AI doesn't get burned out. AI doesn't feel emotional labor when dealing with customers. AI doesn't have inconsistent service. AI is instant. If I want help, AI will instantly respond rather than deal with an employee who may be inconsistent. I don't know if you're going to show up for work today. They may be in a bad mood. They may be lazy today. So not only are you paying less for someone to do customer support, but it has more benefits than a human being. AI will always respond, even to the worst customers. AI is on a wave right now. We already have legal AI tools, automated assistants. Like, this isn't some hypothetical talk. It's already here and it's going to get stronger. Now, I do have a perspective that aligns with my friend and a deeper ethical side of myself. It relates to the title of this video. There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12. Even though my friend is correct, I am contributing to the quote problem with AI. Is maximizing efficiency always the right move? What responsibility do we have to others in society if we let AI take over entry-level or support jobs? On the surface, using AI to replace human labor seems smart, efficient, and profitable. It appears as the right way, but what if that seemingly right path slowly destroys the human side of society? I mentioned earlier that AI doesn't have emotional labor. AI doesn't feel. If we automate everything, especially in customer service or other fields, look, I've seen AI services that have been used in therapy now, education, even dating apps. Those are extreme examples, but even in customer service, we're outsourcing our empathy. We lose something essential, which is human connection. This slowly destroys the human side of society. Even when I mentioned opportunities, mind you, when you get a job, you have an opportunity for upward mobility, meaning you get a job, you can get promoted, you can get raises, bonuses, you can save money, it keeps you busy. You know how some people be working extra just to keep themselves busy? Listen, we lose all of that, right? And so far from this video, I appear to be somebody who cares more about money and profit than ethics. Right? Perhaps. But at the same time, I do understand that if we make businesses purely about profits and margins, and the lack of human labor is just collateral damage, then moral ethics become less important, especially to a lot of these businesses. AI will become a tool of greed instead of tool of good. So the title of this video, the verse from Proverbs, even though things appear right, it appears smarter, efficient, and so forth, the scary part is the outcome. Think of this analogy. You can build a beautiful house. It looks great, amazing, this house that you built, but it will just collapse on a rotting foundation. I don't really think there is a solution. Even if we apply legal measures to AI, people will always find a way around it. People don't like change, and people don't agree with the foundation of what many things are built off of. What are you going to do about it? Stomp your feet and cry all day? That's what I feel like he's doing, but I digress. We all use AI every day. All these recommendations on your YouTube feed or Instagram or Facebook, whatever you use, whenever you get recommended stuff, you know that's AI, right? At a certain level, technically. Even your autocorrect on your phone is technically a version of AI. It's automated intelligent behavior. But with that being said, AI clearly can be maximized if we use it to enhance humans, not necessarily replace them. We should be training people to work with AI, not be completely useless with it taking over. But I don't see that ever happening. It all depends on the heart of the person behind the AI. These major corporations, businesses, whatever, integrating AI, they only care about profits. I think this is obvious. And it's going to be that way forever. They're going to cut down employees, replace them with AI, and make huge profits. And what they do with those profits is up to them. If I had the choice and I 100% knew that I was cutting jobs off because of AI, I would probably start raising salaries for the employees who are able to stick around because we need you. You know what I'm saying? Or I would increase budgets of the employee benefits, the insurance that you get. I don't know. I would do that money that I make off of cutting those other employees. I'd probably put it into the current employees doing something else. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. But hey, to each their own, I guess. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.